Hey buddies, it's Martin of DAGames and welcome to another Top 10 video. Huh? That wasn't my normal intro? Well, there's a good reason for that. If it wasn't obvious from the title, we're talking about DAGames.
Who has awakened me from my slumber?
The floor here is made out of law! Trust me!
Now with all the
Great quality content!
that the DAGames crew does, one thing they're known for is for the songs they make, which is what we're talking about today. This is my list of top 10 DAGames songs. A few things before we get started. 1, I won't be counting the medley, as it's, well, a medley of the other songs done by DAGames. 2, any games that have more than one song written about them, I will be only including one of them. Examples include FNAF Sister Location, Bendy, etc. However, Ira's songs are fair game. 3, this video will include strong language from both jokes and songs, so please keep that in mind while watching this. With those out of the way, a message from Will of DAGames himself. Take it away!
Hey guys, I felt like I had to be half naked. I hope this helps complement the video and make it slightly better for your viewing pleasure.
Let's take it back a while, shall we?
It's time to die.
Surprised by this choice? Good. I bet you're thinking,
Ah, we've arrived in primitive times! This is old as shit!
and you're right, with the original version of the song coming out in 2015 and a remake a year later in 2016, this song is pretty old compared to the rest of these songs. It's actually the first gaming song on the channel. The distorted and mechanical sounding voice in this song really sells the Springtrap point of view of it, along with giving its own unique sound. I remember when I first heard the song, I couldn't get the chorus out of my head, and to this day, I can still remember the lyrics. God, I feel old. Still though, it's a good song, just not a top favorite.
Welcome to the family, son.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never played a Resident Evil game in my life. Granted, I have seen the Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 7, so I'm not completely out of the loop. I actually listened to the song first before I saw the game, so when I saw a playthrough of it, I was like Captain America and the Avengers. The song has an ominous build-up in the beginning, but then drops right into some guitar and drums to give it that rock feel. Then the lyrics kick in with its dark meaning behind it when you combine it with the knowledge of the game. And the chorus is something I just can't help but sing along to.
You are the chosen, be part of the blood law. So you cry, the blood from your eyes. Welcome to the family. As you try to make it out alive, release from the insanity. Leading a life with no bullets or knives. The struggle hard to survive when all is lost in the grapevine. Live or die, embrace the fear high. Welcome to the family.
One minor complaint about the song is the iTunes/Apple Music release. It's really quiet compared to the YouTube video, so I can't tell when it starts playing on my playlist based on the volume setting I have on usually. It's a minor complaint that has no effect on my love for the song. The song in general just isn't a top favorite.
Bomb hug, everyone!
Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking with this one.
But it's Christmas!
And I can understand that. But that doesn't stop me from putting the song on the list. This is the second Christmas song made by DAGames, the other being The Spirit Divine, released in 2015, and it's actually one of 2 songs written in a major key, the other also being Spirit Divine. It may not be the genre you expect for a Christmas song, but it certainly fits the bill. A nice rock song with that sprinkle of Christmas cheer to get you excited for the holiday season. I can't help but get into this song and sing along with the chorus. It fills me with the feeling of just wanting to have the time of my life, and oh my god, that's the name of the song! Anyways, the song is a joy to listen to, but it couldn't make it into the higher spots. I still love it though. We can't forget about the Heart of an Artist album, now can we?
Can you feel us? We are descending into the iris.
Now, it may be cheating by putting 2 songs into one spot, but I couldn't choose between these 2. Besides, they're counters to each other in terms of message. SOS is about being locked in a cage while others are trying to help you, but it only makes things worse for you. That combined with the intro song Descend into the Iris going straight into the first song of the album with a rockin' instrumental I can't help but get into.
Locked in the gate, somebody help with this race. Instead of poking me with your knives on your broken love. Giving up on the job, I'm holding on to the shores. I didn't get my SOS. Get my SOS. The lights are just another disguise to hide behind your jaded cadence. I'm so impatient, like the rules would reveal that you just sealed the deal. Didn't get my SOS. In this mess, I came to lie. I came to lie. Won't you be my SOS? Oh yes, please leave me alive. I came to lie. Won't you be my SOS? Oh yes, please leave me alive. Hey, I'm on it. We're back, so you end up with a finger in the sky. So fucking lie.
Kings and Queens' message is that no matter how low you get, you have your moment to rise up and become your own king and or queen, with other kings and queens around you as equals and not one over another. This one has a bit more of a hard rock feel to it compared to SOS, which helps with the message of standing up when you had enough. Together, these songs are 2 sides, 1 coin, opposites of each other, and I love them both equally. Can't wait to see the new versions on the Resurrection album.
Hold up that crowd. There's no more looking down. They're a whole new crowd. It just touched the ground. This was the point where they learned as their lives took a turn. You never heard of a comeback like this. They're the fucking kings and queens.
And speaking of the Heart of an Artist album, a classic original song released in 2017 with a rock version in 2018, this song is one of the more serious songs made by Will. The symbolism of how Will feels behind the scenes while still putting on a show for the people really shines in this song with so much emotion put behind it. Whether it's the original version with its pianos and vocals, or the rock version with its added guitar and drums, the song just hits hard with its lyrics and amazing instrumental.
when the lights go off. Fear not, I had descended before you even knew. I only told a mind of you. The smile you see can't comprehend it, but I died too long ago. So every time I start the show, I drop the act and away I go. By the time this little number ends, I'm gone. You can't cure my mind.
But there is another version that some know, but others do not. And for you, dear viewer, I shall present this knowledge.
Escaping
Seymour! Him!
fear not, I have to speak
Him!
before you even knew. I'm only told.
Mother!
Well, Seymour, I made it, despite your direction.
No! Hands!
Purchase. Look, applies entirely within your kitchen.
Too long ago.
Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say, you steam with good.
Exotic butters.
Now, this song was something I didn't listen to until after the medley, and when I finally got to it, I actually didn't care for it. But when I listened to it more and more, I grew to like it a lot. A nice little electronic beat with some nice lyrics to move to. Then the chorus hits and you're reminded that these animatronics are and are out to kill you, especially with that scream part midway through the song. The song was even written and recorded before the actual release of Sister Location, and nothing was changed upon release. So that's actually pretty cool. Overall, the song is simply just a cool piece of music to move and sing along to, but we still have 4 more songs that beat it out.
The dawn of a new age! This is future shit!
If you couldn't tell at this point, I like using Will's green screen jokes. But yeah, if given a choice of bendy songs, I can say that I like Meet Thy Maker the best. Nothing against the other songs, and I haven't listened to the 5th song on the CD release, but I really like how this one sounds. The first 2 songs have a nice upbeat sound to them, which I like, and the 3rd song has a nice shift to more serious tone in tandem to the actual game, but the 4th song gets that nice balance between upbeat and serious. Starting with a nice classical piano, but then that first drop hits and you're reminded of the seriousness of what's going on. And then it all gets put together with a nice rock metal sound. And that last chorus of both Will and Chi-Chi together is just nice. Will even went outside the box like Instruments of Cyanide and had multiple points of view in this song. The first part is from Bertram's point of view, and the second's from Alice's, the bridge is Sammy's, and the scream part being from Monster Bendy's. A nice way to make a song for both chapters 4 and 5 so people wouldn't ask for a chapter 5 song. Smart, Will. Very smart. Even without Mr. Crooked, this song is a great send-off to the Bendy and the Ink Machine series. There's a quote by Will that I like. Life's a never-ending game. Now press start to begin. This is hands down one of my favorite songs to listen to. The anthem to the channel, with it being a reference to the intro of other videos. It starts with this bass techno swing beat that I can't help but move to, and then the lyrics kick in with its harmonized vocals and make it sound like it's from a computer, which fits really well. I like all the different connections to video games and possible reference to things in real life. The overall sound from this I can't help but move to, and of course, can't help but sing to. And that part after the second chorus is actually pretty inspirational if you look into it. And fun fact, I actually based my college essay around this song, and considering I'm going to college next year, I think it worked out pretty well. Let's make it rain! Yeah, this is an obvious one to have on here. With the small bit we got in the teaser along with another tease in the medley, it certainly got people hyped for this song. And when this finally came out, I, and everyone else, just flipped at the full song, along with the video that we got for it. FNAF, Hello Neighbor, and Bendy all in their own fights like the actual game. We even got a small tease of intermittent cyanide in the background of the Bendy section. Anyways, back to the song. The overall sound in this song is phenomenal, especially with its little bit of swing, piano, and whistling like the old music of the 1930s. And the harmonies and the lyrics are just so good. Plus that key change for the last chorus just hits hard. While the song isn't my #1 DAGames song, it is my #1 DAGames song based on a video game. You have a guess for #1? Well, I'll give you some time to think while going through some honorable mentions. I like the use of the accordion, along with the overall beat of the instrumental and the mini neighbor moments, but I haven't listened to it enough to be in the top 10. While these couldn't make the list, that won't stop me from liking the rest of the Bendy songs that's been made. The upbeat yet dark Build Our Machine and Gospel Dismay, the shift to a more metal tone with instruments to cyanide, and of course, the meme. The song is good, but it's a little too slow, along with having not listened to it enough to be a top favorite of mine. Highly anticipated after I Will Not Be Moved, the song was one that really hit hard with its ominous and creepy tone, along with the bridge section with Chloe singing his baby. But I tend to like the more upbeat sounding songs, so I think you know why I picked one over the other. Similar case with the Tattletale song. Good song, but I haven't listened to it enough to make it into the top 10. I'll admit, despite the not safe for work lyrics, I like the beat the song has, but it just couldn't make the list. And in all honesty, it would be a little awkward talking about the song in full if it did make the list. A nice marching type rock song to listen to along with really good chorus, just not enough to make it onto the list. It may be excluded from the list, but that won't stop me from giving it some praise here for integrating so many songs, including a cancelled song and some songs that weren't even released at that point. Remember those not safe for work lyrics I mentioned? Well, I think this qualifies for this song too. Similar case with Here Comes the Ladies with it having a good beat, especially with the bass guitar type part, but it still couldn't make the list proper, along with just being awkward to talk about.
And now for something completely different.
A classic original by DAGames and the namesake of 2 to 3 albums, Heart of an Artist takes my #1 spot. Let's start with the instrumental, which is still a joy to listen to after it's been out since December of 2016. A real nice hard rock sound with no electronic sounds at all. Just pure instrumental sound. Now to the lyrics. And like, come on. These lyrics are just so good. And I think WatchMojo described it best on their list, considering Will said that they were the first one to see the actual message. The vocals along with the instrumental will get the blood pumping, while also lifting your divine spirits. The song is about embracing your passion and creativity while pushing through anyone who would try and stop you. Heart of an Artist is just a song to sing your lungs out to, and one to keep up one's spirits.
I don't fucking need you anymore. When you find the shows, take the cuffs off and live in your life. Take it from a man who is not as they try to survive. But the enemy began to ignite. To taste the charge from the cross, so we shall fuck them all. Make them know that you're not pushed around. Let them know that you are divine. Keep a high state of mind and speak it for the other side. The rain's written on the walls. They can't stop me when I call. This is the heart of an artist.
And that's my list. Hope you enjoyed. Have a difference of opinion? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, see ya!
Taste the